All right, ready to dive deep. We're jumping into the world of MrBeast again.
Mr. Beast. Always a good time. What's on the agenda today?
Well, think 7 days in an underground city, but instead of focusing on the crazy challenges, we're going underground to analyze the social dynamics.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Teamwork, communication, conflict resolution. This should be good.
Exactly. This challenge is basically a crash course in those essential life skills. And for anyone prepping for the IELTS, this is pure gold.
Absolutely. The IELTS speaking test puts a lot of emphasis on your ability to discuss real-world situations and express yourself effectively in English.
And this MrBeast video, like a textbook example, we see it right from the start when they first enter that massive 1,000-year-old mine.
Oh yeah, those stairs leading down were something else. What was the word they used? Ominous.
Ominous, menacing. They weren't holding back. You can practically feel the tension, the uncertainty, and that's just from their word choice.
Yeah, it's fascinating how the setting itself can influence our language, right? It's like the environment itself becomes a character shaping their perceptions.
Totally. And think about the IELTS speaking test. Using descriptive language like that, painting a picture with your words, it makes your responses so much more engaging.
It shows a command of the language, for sure. But it's not all doom and gloom down there. Remember when they had to haul all their gear down that mountain of rocks to get to base camp?
Oh man, that was hilarious. You'd think they'd be frustrated, but they turn it into a game. Slipping, sliding, laughing. It's pure camaraderie.
That right there shows the importance of humor, even when things get tough. It diffuses tension, strengthens bonds. It's a valuable skill in any team.
Totally agree. And for the IELTS, being able to talk about those softer skills, that emotional intelligence, can really make your responses stand out. It shows you understand the human element.
100%. But of course, this is MrBeast, right? It wouldn't be a challenge without some curveballs.
Oh, you know it. Enter the surprise guests. Every single day, a new YouTuber gets thrown into the mix.
Talk about a recipe for chaos. And a perfect opportunity to observe how they adapt to new personalities, renegotiate roles.
It's like a microcosm of what we face every day. A new colleague, a new project, a new team dynamic, and how we communicate is key.
Communication is everything in those situations. And it's not always about saying the right thing, you know? It's about reading the room, understanding the unspoken rules. That's social intelligence.
Oh, tell me about it. Case in point, Kai and his whole mayor phase.
Oh, classic Kai. Always up for a bit of, shall we say, unconventional leadership.
Unconventional is one way to put it. Dude basically established his own little dictatorship down there.
Well, he did lay down the law on those chores. Remember the rule about leaving the lights on? Not a fan of wasting electricity, I guess.
And those punishments. Getting exiled to the elevator for the mannequin prank. Talk about extreme conflict resolution.
Hey, it was creative. But yeah, it highlights how different communication styles can lead to friction, even when everyone's on the same team.
Exactly. You had Chandler, who was totally on board with Kai's leadership style.
Followed the rules to a T.
But then you had Carl and Gideon, who were, let's just say, less receptive to his authoritarian approach.
A little bit of rebellion in the ranks. But that's what makes it so interesting, right? It's like a microcosm of any workplace, any group dynamic. You're always going to have different personalities, different communication styles.
Totally. And figuring out how to navigate those differences, how to express yourself effectively while being mindful of others, that's a skill that goes way beyond the IELTS.
Absolutely. It's essential for success in any collaborative environment, though it does make for some entertaining television, right?
Oh, for sure. And speaking of entertainment, we can't forget about the legendary underground shower construction.
Ah, yes. The pinnacle of engineering and teamwork. Who knew you could MacGyver a shower out of a water jug and some tubing?
It's proof that even in the most ridiculous situations, clear communication and a shared goal can lead to some pretty incredible results.
And it's not just about the what they're saying, but the how. The tone, the encouragement, the way they celebrate those little victories together, that's what builds a strong team.
100%. And for our listeners who are prepping for the IELTS, pay attention to that. Think about how you can use language to not just convey information, but to motivate, to encourage, to build rapport. Those are the things that make a difference, both in an underground city and in your everyday interactions.
Well said. It's all connected, isn't it?
It's like we've uncovered this whole hidden language of teamwork just by watching them navigate this crazy challenge.
Hidden in plain sight. And that's what makes this MrBeast video such a brilliant case study, especially for someone gearing up for the IELTS.
Right. It's not just about memorizing vocabulary lists. It's about seeing those words in action, understanding the nuances, the unspoken cues.
The subtext. And believe me, the examiners pick up on that. They want to see that you're not just speaking English, you're communicating.
Speaking of subtext, all those secret tunnels and hidden chambers they kept finding, I feel like there's a metaphor in there somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Those unexpected twists and turns, they're like the challenges life throws our way. And how we respond, that's what matters.
And the way they describe those discoveries, hidden passage, secret chamber, their enthusiasm is contagious. They're making discoveries underground, but it's like they're unearthing these new ways of communicating too.
Exactly. It's about approaching those unexpected situations with curiosity, a positive attitude, a sense of humor even. Those are the things that help us connect, build rapport, and ultimately succeed, whether we're stuck in a mine or facing a tough IELTS examiner.
Speaking of humor, we can't forget about Speed's, shall we say, fragrant observation after days underground. You all stink. Direct, honest, and hilarious.
Hey, sometimes you just got to call it like you see it, right? But it's all in good fun, and that's the key. They've built up that trust, that camaraderie.
It all comes back to that strong foundation of communication. They're not just talking at each other. They're truly listening, responding, adapting. And that's a skill that translates to any language, any situation.
Couldn't agree more. And for our listeners out there, the next time you're binge watching MrBeast, don't just focus on the entertainment value. Look for those hidden communication gems. Pay attention to how they use language to navigate challenges, build relationships, and maybe even have a laugh or two along the way.
Well said. It's like we've been saying all along, improving your communication skills doesn't have to be a chore. Find something you enjoy, something that sparks your interest, and dive deep. You might be surprised at what you uncover.
And who knows, those insights might just help you ace that IELTS speaking test or even navigate your next team project with a little more confidence and a lot more laughs. Until next time, keep exploring and keep those communication skills sharp.
See you all in the next Deep Dive.